District 2. Hi, good morning. It's Sandy Smith. I'm coming to you live from the Reawakening America tour. We're here in Selma, North Carolina, and I'm here live on Citizen Media News, and we have a special guest.
Hi, this is Alexandra Bougher. We're actually coming all the way from New Jersey, and I am the chapter chair of Moms for Liberty.
So, Moms for Liberty is a huge organization, and you are the head of New Jersey. Tell me about some of the things that we're doing up in New Jersey, because we all know that Moms for Liberty is a fantastic group fighting for our children.
Yeah, so Moms for Liberty is awesome. It's been around since January of 21. We've definitely gotten very, very large. We have thousands upon hundreds of thousands of members. What am I talking about? And we're just, we're educating, we're unifying, and we're empowering parents. And that's what's the most important thing, because we can't do it for you. We're going to help you do it for yourselves. So we need to give the power back to the parents. So some of the things that we're working on is getting the inappropriate books out of school. Very important. Obviously, that's has no place. You want to get it from Amazon, fine. You want to get it from Barnes and Noble, fine. You want to teach that in your home, more power to you. But it does not belong in our public school systems. So getting the pornography out, that I would say is one of the most important things. Protecting our children with the Title IX changes to, I'm sorry, I should say Biden's Title IX changes. And basically what that does is changing the definition of sex. So now a male can be on a girl's sports team, which obviously that's completely unfair. A male can go into a girl's bathroom. How unsafe is that? So I would say those are the two most important things that we are doing right now.
That's awesome. That's a huge issue here in North Carolina. We have a lieutenant governor that exposed the pornography that was in our school libraries, and I know parents across America were just basically woke up in 2021 with Moms for Liberty and folks like you about the material that was in our school. Now we were actually affected by the Title IX here. We've had people that were actually physically injured, and we are strong advocates for girls on girls sports teams, boys on boys sports teams. So tell me how you got started and why you decided to get involved.
Sure. Well, I do have three children. I have a soon to be 24-year-old, 11-year-old, and 9-year-old. And they're obviously the love of our lives, and we want to protect them and we want them to be happy. And, I have to say, um, I'm actually surprised I put them in public schools, because myself didn't have the best experience myself, but it's just something that you grow up doing. Your parents sent you, you send your kids. And so I did that. And my older one went through and honestly had a great experience. Straight A student, was very happy. I think that was just the type of person that she was. I didn't hear about any like issues or anything going on. But we were a little bit more hands off, right? You drop your kid off, you trust that the schools have their best interests at heart, and you go to work for the day. And as long as they're doing well, you figure everything must be fine. It wasn't until my middle daughter during COVID was home. And all of a sudden, we had the virtual learning, and we were hearing what they were doing during the day. And I'm like, this is absurd. I mean, what are they teaching it to these kids? And so I actually kept them home. And I was like, okay, first of all, they were having mask mandates. I'm not putting masks on my children. That was ridiculous. We were a non-mask household, and they weren't going to school with masks on. So we kept them home. And, then eventually they said, oh, we kind of miss our friends a little bit. And it was a short day. So I said, all right, what can I do to get them into this short day where they can learn a little bit with their friends, but without masks on? So I wrote a whole letter, right, stating our rights and that they should be able to go to school without a mask on. And I was basically told, absolutely not. It doesn't matter. You have to listen to this. It's a law. And we all know it's not a law. It's a mandate, and we don't have to follow it. So I had heard about Moms for Liberty on the television, and I gave them a call, and I actually talked to Tiffany, and I said, what can I do? I feel lost. I don't know the rules. These are my children, but I don't know the rules. And she helped me. She guided me. So we started my chapter, and she kind of gave me the rundown. And hey, listen, you're right. These are the rules, and these are your children, and you have every right to tell them how it's going to be, how they're going to be educated, and what goes on their body and what doesn't go on their body. So we've been going strong. It's going to be 4 years in March now.
Now, how many people are in your chapter in New Jersey?
Gosh. Well, we have on our Facebook page over 1,000 members. And, people sort of, most of them are parents, right? So we have dads, we have moms, we have grandparents. Actually, grandparents probably make up a large amount of our chapter because while in our area, a lot of the moms are pretty much home from 3 o'clock on. I would say a lot of them work part time because they do want to be involved with their children's lives. There are some that work. We're not far from the city, so a lot of them commute and we have a lot of grandparents. So, everybody comes. If you can come to one meeting a month, great. If you can come to a bunch, great. We've had a school bus full go down to a Board of Ed meeting, and, we flipped the board and we got rid of policy 5756, which, if you're not familiar with that, is hiding things from parents. So, let's say Johnny wants to be Susie in school. The teacher, it's not their decision. They're not allowed to tell the parents that they've switched genders in school. So it's really really scary.
Oh, wow. Well, I can tell you at Citizen Media News, we firmly believe the parent should be the ultimate decision maker in the child's life. That comes from everything from their education to their medical needs. And we should certainly not be teaching children to keep secrets from their parents. So you got involved, you got 1,000 members in New Jersey. What if I know we have a lot of parents out there that are going through the same struggles you started out with, your eyes being opened up to what was being taught in the school. How do they get involved? How do they start a chapter in their community? And tell us how important it is to show up to these school board meetings and how when you show up in numbers, you can have impact and change in your community.
Sure. Well, it is super super important. I always say you can't take a day off because the other side does not take a day off. So there's no such thing. And you're not going to make every meeting, but you can make most of the meetings. And it's super, super important. So it's, you can go to momsforliberty.org. There's actually a really little cool map that comes up. You pick your state, you pick your county, and it directs you to one of us. So it'll give you a cell phone, an email, and we will give you a call and we will tell you exactly what you need to do to start a chapter. We'll start with the interview process. Or if you just need help in your school, if you're a parent that's like, I'm a little scared. I know I need to speak, but I'm a little scared to do it on my own. Okay, we're going to come. And we're going to come with 20 of us in Moms for Liberty shirts, and you're going to feel us supporting you. And we could speak as well. But it is important for the parent in that district to also speak. Otherwise, they don't feel like it's coming from the parents. A lot of people want you to do it for them. It's, important for you to do it as well. And that's why we always say we want to empower you, give the power back to the parents. So that's super important. Running for Board of Ed is super important. They're the ones that make the decision in your schools. They're the ones who are deciding what books go in the library. They're the ones that are deciding how much sex ed is being taught in the schools. And so that's really important. So if you have a very woke Board of Ed, guess what the kids are being taught. So I would just say, contacting us, starting a chapter if you can, or if you know somebody that would be great at starting a chapter. It's not scary. We work, I work part-time. My husband works full-time. We have 3 kids. Girl Scouts, cheering, all the things, and we still have time to do it. So it's just, what's your priority? Our priorities are children and their safety. So you got to make the time for it.
That's excellent. Now, how do people? What's your Facebook page? How do they reach you? What's the website? I know you mentioned Tiffany's name. If they want to start a chapter, how many states have? Does every state have a chapter?
Every state does not have a chapter. I want to say we're not in 4 or 5 states. It's something very small. Like we have chapters in most of the states. And then not only that, but it goes by county. So I'm Bergen County, New Jersey, for instance. Our Facebook is going to be Moms for Liberty, Bergen County, New Jersey. Instagram, same thing. Twitter, same thing. So they're all Moms for Liberty, Bergen County, New Jersey. It's a private group. You do need to ask, and we will vet you. We'll ask you questions. A lot of times we'll hop on the phone. We'll have a nice conversation just to make sure that, this is really why you're in our group. And hey, if you're on the other side, I'll have that conversation too, because I'd love to know why you think our children should be being taught these things. I think that's, very interesting to find out. But other than that, yeah, I would say just hop on there. We put our events on there. We're very involved in the community, not just with school stuff, but other things as well, just to help the community out as well. So I think it's really, really important to be involved in your community and help everybody out, however you can.
Excellent. Well, I thank you so much for coming and taking the time to speak to Citizen Media News. You're actually going to be on the main stage. What time today?
I'm going to be on at 3 o'clock today.
And what is the highlight of your speech? And what do you expect? What do you want to deliver to the folks? What message?
I just would like to deliver to them that, it's the government overreach starts very small. Everybody thinks it's this complete takeover one day. It's not. It's very small. It starts with these small things, these small rights being taken away. And if we allow them, these small things are going to become bigger one day. Um, all the small things. So, just saying no right away. Go with your gut feeling. If that's not right and you don't want to do it, just say no and be there for your kids. And yeah, so we're going to be sharing that and really empowering parents, because I was out there yesterday talking to people on the different lines, and I think the message was clear. People just felt lost, and they didn't think that they had the right to ask questions or the right to walk in school and ask these questions. And the message is, they're your children. You have every right, and it's your right to say how they're going to be educated, how they're going to be treated, and who they talk to.
Well, we definitely want to put families first, and I think by encouraging moms and dads to get out there, ask questions, get active in your child's life, and find out that there is other parents in your community that are thinking the same thing you are. Thank you again, Alexandra. It's been an absolute pleasure, and Moms for Liberty. I've supported you guys from day one, and Citizen Media News has been a proud supporter as well. So thank you again. Be sure to go to her Facebook page, follow her, like her, and thank you again to Citizen Media News, coming to you live from the Reawaken America Tour.